Let's get you some breaking news now coming in because political reactions are coming in thick and fast after Maharashtra, Assam and Uttar Pradesh. Haryana too has now come out in support of one nation, one poll of simultaneous elections being held in the country. Haryana's Deputy Chief Minister Dushyant Singh Chautala has now come out and said that we've always been supporting this notion, but there should be a proper discussion on it. But the idea is something that the JJP supports. Listen in.
अच्छी बात है, शुरुआत हुई है, हम तो इसके पक्षधर हैं और आगे भी मैं चाहता हूँ इस पे अच्छी तरीके से डिबेट डिस्कशन होकर निष्कर्ष। अच्छी बात है, शुरुआत हुई है, हम तो इसके पक्षधर हैं और आगे भी मैं चाहता हूँ इस पे अच्छी तरीके से डिबेट डिस्कशन होकर निष्कर्ष।
Pallavi, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more on this. Pallavi, this is on expected lines. BJP and its allies, of course, coming out in favor of one nation, one poll. But within the opposition as well, there are some who in the past have supported the idea of a simultaneous election. But now that they're part of this India alliance of a joint opposition bloc, it'll be interesting to see what kind of stand they take.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Poonam. In fact, Akhilesh Yadav himself around 2016-17 has spoken about the fact that he doesn't have any problem with one nation, one poll and that he is battle ready. He is ready to contest both the Lok Sabha as well as the assembly elections together. But today, as the India Front opposition meets in Mumbai, clearly the agenda is also to take on the BJP, and since the Samajwadi Party is very much a part of that meeting, they cannot be seen to be speaking a different voice, and therefore Ram Gopal Yadav certainly has opposed the idea of this committee which has been set up and for one nation, one poll. But he's not the only one. By and large, I think everyone from Mumbai has made it very clear that this proposal is a diversionary tactic from the government. They're knowing, and it's tinkering with the federal structure, not keeping in mind the different terrain, logistics, and also because of which we cannot have elections simultaneously. And second, that on a day like today, when the logo was to be unveiled, they're coming out with their agenda. Clearly, the government is unnerved. The BJP wants to divert attention from the India Front meeting, and therefore it's thrown this cat among the pigeons. Now, this proposal will actually take a long time because the committee will see its recommendations. It has to go back to the Law Commission. And even once it becomes a bill and put on the floor of the House, it requires the support of at least 50% of the state legislatures, which actually could be quite tough. So it's a huge challenge ahead, but I think at least the discourse has begun on this proposal.
Right, now we've got a sense of what this committee is going to look like. There are several stakeholders that are going to be involved in that consensus building exercise, so to say, Pallavi. There are going to be representatives from political parties as well. So the opposition, their objections can be raised on that platform too.
Well, I mean, it is like they'll have to go to all the states and, they have to get opinion from the states as well because, as I said, it's a constitutional amendment and it requires the support of at least 50% of the state legislatures. And in most of them, as of now, it's the non-BJP ruled states. So their opinion is also going to be asked for and their opinion is going to be taken. And for this, the committee will actually interact with these people. We've been putting out those details. Of course, it's going to be headed by the former president, Ramnath Kovind. Apart from that, the former, any ex-election commissioner, there is going to be jurists on that panel. So it's going to be political opinions sought, legal, constitutional experts, all of them will be kept in the loop.
Right, Pallavi, do stay on with me. The political fight over this is only escalating. The opposition says that this is nothing but a diversionary tactic. They're raising questions of the timing of how this has been brought in. Do stay on with me. Let's listen into a reaction coming to the fore from the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand as well.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी की हमेशा देश को विकास की ओर ले जाने की सोच है। एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत की सोच है। दुनिया का नेतृत्व भारत करे, दुनिया का अग्रणी देश भारत बने, उस दिशा में उन्होंने जो वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन जो अवधारणा है, निश्चित रूप से ये देश को अग्रसर करने वाली है, उन्नति की ओर ले जाने वाली है। और इसके लिए आज जो आयोग बनाने का निर्णय हुआ है और श्री रामनाथ कोविंद जी जैसे व्यक्ति जिनका इतना लंबा अनुभव रहा है, देश के राष्ट्रपति रहे हैं, तो निश्चित रूप से बहुत ही उनका इस पद को स्वीकार करना, इस दायित्व को लेना, ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है और हम इसका स्वागत करते हैं कि इस प्रकार की व्यवस्था देश के अंदर लागू होनी चाहिए। धन्यवाद।
The BJP is all for one nation, one poll. Those reactions pouring in, but the opposition is not convinced. This also comes at a time when the India opposition bloc is in a huddle in Mumbai. Several differences emerging there as well. Is this another issue which divides the 26-member opposition bloc? That's something that we'll keep an eye out on as well. But let's take you through the history of what exactly has happened. This is not the first time that such an idea has been mooted. So let's take a look at how for decades together we've seen the idea of a one nation, one poll being put forth, but unfortunately nothing really has come out of it. In 1983, the Election Commission in fact had mooted this entire idea of a one nation, one election. In 1999, Justice Jeevan Reddy, I beg your pardon, that report backed the idea of a one nation, one poll. In 2003 then, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, the then Prime Minister, took up the matter with Congress and with Sonia Gandhi. Then in 2010, we had L.K. Advani, BJP leader, broach the subject with the then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, then Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee as well. That matter unfortunately remained at the discussion stage. In 2014, the first time that this government came into power, the BJP pushed for a one nation, one poll. They did so in their manifesto itself. In 2017, the Niti Aayog then prepared a working paper on how this would be carved out, if whether it's feasible or not in the first place. In 2019, then Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora called the idea a very desirable goal. Remember, a lot is being discussed as to how the amount of resources, the amount of money that's put in while conducting every single election, that is something that could be curtailed. That is one big goal as far as the EC is concerned. Also, better management of resources.